Anxiety. Look at how it's spelled in English. Look at what is in the center of the word. Do you see it? Show them on the screen. At the center of your anxiety, if you really trace it, I'm not talking about a medical condition. I'm not a pharmacist. I don't know about all that. I am not a neurologist. I'm saying, spiritually speaking, that the Lord told me at the center of your anxiety is your pride. The reason that you're so anxious is because you've got you at the center and you can't sustain it because it's not your throne. I mean, even listen to your language, the Lord said. I don't know if I have what it takes. I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can make it. If I. You can't spell anxiety without I. It's right in the middle. And you know what other word I is in the middle of? Pride. And maybe the reason that you've been carrying anxiety that you can't get rid of is because you've been bearing weight that you weren't meant to bear. You better humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. Because if you stay weighed down with pride, you're going to be weighed down with anxiety, and God can't lift you up. I don't know if I have what it takes to make it through the next 10 years. God said to me, did you have what it took to get through the first 10, boy? You better cast your net on the other side. You better call out to me in the time of the storm and humble yourself, casting all your anxiety on Him. See, it's not a command to cast your anxiety on Him. It's a result. The command is to humble yourself under His mighty hand. And when you do, the anxiety goes with the pride. If you would get yourself out of the center and get God on the throne and lift your hands to Him and say, I need you, Lord. I'm a sinful man. Can't step without you, can't breathe without you, can't eat without you, can't pray without you, can't parent without you, can't preach without you, can't work without you, can't live without you, no peace without you, no joy without you. God said, now I'm ready to lift you up above the wind, above the waves, above your pride. My mom lost 80 pounds over the course of 2 years. 80 pounds. That's like an Elijah and 1/4 of an Abby. 80 pounds. 80 pounds. That's about how much you curl with one arm. 80 pounds. But you know what was weird? She didn't just lose weight. See, my mom had bad knees and a bad back. In fact, I wanted to give my mom the house that we lived in when we moved into another house. But she couldn't take it because it had stairs. She said, I would love to live in that house, but the bedroom is upstairs and I can't climb the stairs. You know what's a weird thing though? Because she would go to the doctor about her knees and the doctor about her back and my knees. I got bad knees and got a bad back. When the weight came off, the pain went with it. I wish you could see her today. She is like an Olympic rower. You remember The Social Network, the Winklevoss, where she rows, how much does she row? 15,000 meters a day. I don't know, I'm making this up. But she rows a lot. And she can climb the stairs and she can dance and she's lively. It wasn't her knees, it was the weight. Is the reason that you're so anxious because of your pride. Maybe the anxiety is the fruit and the pride is the root. If you would pluck it up by the root, the fruit couldn't grow. Get yourself out the center. Get yourself out the center. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. Well, what if I look stupid? Some of you are about to try something right now that you never tried before. What if I look stupid? Well, I got good news for you. Everybody else is thinking about themselves, not you, so they won't even notice. What if I? Who better to teach us about humility than Peter? Huh? He was sitting around a table having dinner with Jesus one time. Jesus said, all of you are going to fall away. Look what Peter said. What's that other verse I gave you? Mark 14? I think I gave that to them this morning. Yeah, because the Lord was speaking to me. I preached this message one time before, but the Lord was speaking to me about it for this particular group. And he reminded me what Peter said when Jesus said, you know, you're all going to hit rock bottom. Because sometimes the only way for you to find your foundation is to hit rock bottom. Sometimes that's the best place to build from. Sometimes that's the best place to lead from. Sometimes that's the best place to be a better husband from, is the place of Lord, save me. Not call me to come and I'll come, but Lord, save me. And then the hand of God gets involved. But Peter didn't know this. And so he, sitting around the table, he says, even if all fall away, I will not. I will not. I will not, Jesus said before the rooster even gets his second crow out of his mouth. You're going to be telling people you don't even know me. And that's exactly what happened. And Jesus warned Peter of the attack, and sometimes we don't listen and we don't hear it, so we're surprised when it comes, and we act like it's an ambush when it's really normal. It's normal to be attacked. It's normal. Jesus told Peter, Satan has asked for all of you. And specifically, he's asked for you to sift you as wheat, to sort out what's real from what's not real. But I prayed for you, Peter. I prayed for you, Peter. You're gonna fail, Peter, but I'm not. You are shaky at best, Peter, but I am a solid rock at the bottom of your failure. I prayed for you, Peter. And now Peter writes, decades later, to a church under attack. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. For your enemy, the devil, what's he like? He's like a roaring lion. He's looking for somebody to devour. He's looking for somebody who he can shred to pieces with doubt and fear and selfishness. He's looking for somebody that he can get to walk away. And as a pastor, I'm just sick of having to make phone calls and visits with people every week who are being devoured by the enemy. So Peter says this is a time for resistance. This is not a time for you to run. This is a time for you to resist. Yeah, but he's a lion, okay? He is a lion, and he might be licking his lips, and his fangs might be sharp, and he might have you in his sight, and you might have failed, and you might have done it, and you might be going down. But you need to know one thing about this lion, Peter says, is that after you have suffered a little while, God himself will step in and restore you and make you strong. He's a lion, but the lion is on a leash. He can only go so far. He can only do so much. He can't keep you down forever. Humble yourself under the hand of God, and in due time, come on, this is somebody's due time. This is it. Anxiety stops here. Depression stops here. Fear stops